I missed on it. That should be good. It's all you.
It's all me.
All you.
All right. I kicked the table. We're good now. I guess
Can't wait to hear that in the headphones.
Yeah, it's gonna be so loud. How
It's gonna be
dare you,
great.
Stacy? Gosh.
No.
Are you gonna be deaf over here?
Anyway, if you guys can still hear us, welcome back to Three Geeks Chatting. I almost said gaming.
That's a future installment.
Anyway, welcome to episode 1. If you have followed us back from episode 0, you should know who we all are. I'm Stacy.
I'm Nicholas.
I'm Hannah.
And we're three geeks chatting.
We are so awkward. All right. Today's topic is childhood nerd. When did it happen? So, my earliest memory, I have my notes down here, so I'll be looking down a lot. Sorry. My earliest memory about being nerdy was Disney's The Little Mermaid. I absolutely loved The Little Mermaid. I had the doll, I had the bed sheets, I had the toothbrush set, and now I dye my hair red because I'm pretty sure, and I can probably blame a lot of my descriptions of it, like thingamajig and stuff on that movie. So that is actually how it still affects me today. When I got a little older, I liked the Power Rangers, Batman, the animated series. Absolutely loved that. But the first thing I really geeked over, started collecting multiple things, also following in Ariel's footsteps or fins, was Star Wars.
Such a bad joke. Fins?
I didn't say I was a comedian. That's plan B. Okay?
Make that plan C.
Or D.
So welcome to Two Geeks Gaming. I'll see you guys later. Gaming. That's your channel.
Yeah,
Sorry.
That's my
Chatting.
Twitch.
Okay.
That's my Twitch channel.
That's his Twitch
Two
channel.
Geeks Gaming. Thanks for the shout out.
Accidental shout out. Yeah. So, hey, she was a person that collected a lot of stuff, and now I do.
You know what else collects a lot of stuff?
You.
Dragons. You know what you collect a lot of?
Dragons.
Dragons. Well, dice too. There's so much dice in this house.
I have over 20 sets of dice.
So many. I mean,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's my... Star Wars is still up there, but like I've actually shifted to...
I had the sudden urge to bite you for some reason. Your elbow got near my mouth, and my intrusive thought said, bite her. Do it.
It's a lot different than me being at the store today and honking the bicycle helm thing.
We
Horn.
were at the store, and they have a bicycle horn.
And I just...
And she just...
so loud. Gosh.
That's when you just walk
ran.
away. Like, who did that?
But that's my newest geek thing is I really absolutely love and enjoy Dungeons and Dragons. I've even DM'd one game. Okay, I'm losing track.
You DM'd your
She's
first
thinking
game.
about blood.
I'm thinking about blood.
What are you, a vampire?
I haven't broken to that part of cosplay yet.
That's method acting. Don't become a method actor.
I didn't say I was going to be a method actor. Just because I wear all black doesn't mean I'm a vampire.
I would hope not. Although,
They wear normal clothes. Have you ever watched Twilight?
Yeah. Oh, they're sparkly.
yeah.
That's only when they get in the sun.
You know what? I don't see Stacy in the sun a lot. She could sparkle. I don't know. I wouldn't know.
Let's go see.
The sun's not out right now.
That's the point.
4 years of marriage, and I don't really see her out in the sun.
I don't go out in the sun unless I'm mowing.
I mow, so.
Here's the thing. Smooth. I'm not going to have to worry about all the sun damage.
Oh, the sun damage.
We don't stay on topic very good.
You think this is bad? I play video games with us.
Oh, it's awful.
It's so bad.
So bad.
Yeah, so this is actually how our real life topics actually in conversations always go, because we just jump from... We're like that guy from Ant-Man. It just...
Oh,
But
yeah.
he does it a lot better. So
I heard it from my friend, who heard it from my friend. That guy.
yeah, I love that guy.
Scotty. No, it's not Scotty. Scotty, that same man.
Scotty's
Yeah.
What is his name?
That's Scotty because I'm used to him saying.
Hannah,
Scotty.
you're the Marvel girl.
I know. I'm trying. It's been a while since I watched Ant-Man.
It has been a while since I watched Ant-Man.
He was in the Menu
I got this. Hold on.
too, and I thought that was a really good movie.
I've never watched that.
The Menu,
Yeah.
it's pretty decent. You watched that?
Is that the one where they murder everybody?
The cooks do, yeah. The chefs.
He was?
Yeah, he was the failed actor who was only being killed because the cook had one day off in like 20 years, and he went and saw his really bad movie.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, it was him. So how did Disney,
How would you say that?
The Little Mermaid?
There you go.
Oh, we got the name.
Lewis.
Lewis. So how did Disney break you into?
That's just The Little Mermaid. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's not nerdy at all.
Well, everybody's nerdy about something.
There's-
It's just different
I will
things.
say being a Disney geek is like really fitting for Stacy
That's true.
because she's into musicals like hardcore.
I love musicals.
I took her to see Wicked, and she cried
I
when I said, "Hey, do you want to see Wicked?" She cried in the hotel room, right there.
I cried through most.
The only musical that I can stand to watch is The Greatest Showman.
See, that's a really good one too. Hugh Jackman did really. I really like the Hugh Jackman and some of the songs he did.
I'm like fan of the opera. I would love to see Phantom
Hamilton, that's a good one.
Hamilton's good.
I've not watched it. I
Oh,
started
my
it and I was like, so I stopped. But it was only like 5 minutes. So
So, what would you say about The Little Mermaid really captured you? And how did that branch out to?
Well, I was really little, so it's probably the bright colors and stuff. You know, all the bubbles.
The boo-boos.
The bubbles.
The boo-boos.
You know, classic, Disney movie, guy meets girl falls instantly in love with the guy. I have never had the urge to give up my voice, but
I feel like it's very inaccurate. I always feel like it's the other way around.
The guy chases the girl.
Yeah. And
But
falls.
Falls,
In real life, I feel like it's always the guy that falls harder first.
Oh, real life, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the girl's kind of like, let me think about this.
Stacy didn't have it. Let me think about this.
That you know of.
Did you?
Did, but got over that. Obviously.
Apparently it was maybe.
He's cute.
He's okay.
I know what I'm talking about, Nick.
Apparently.
I've had.
Hannah, this is 3 geeks chatting, not 2 geeks mentally helping other geek
True. But I just.
with love life.
It just popped in my head, and I just
Beautiful.
felt like it's kind of inaccurate.
You know what? It is.
I was
It is
just
very
deeply
accurate.
thinking about it.
And I don't know if that has to do with. So, I feel like that's because men are typically a little more. There's not really a good way to say this. Whoa, man, she's a cutie. I'm going after her. I mean, I feel like that's mostly what it is with guys.
Yeah. And then we're like,
I think that's a lot of it. In all honesty, women have a lot more concern. They have to have more concerns than men do. But that's a whole different topic.
I
That
was like, how did it get here?
yeah.
I started
I'm
it.
I'm like,
I
told our listeners this is childhood nerd. When did it first happen? And suddenly we're giving out close to marriage advice.
Well,
So sorry. We are not qualified to give out marriage advice, just so you know.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, headphone
you don't
users.
have
I
to
just saw that. I'm sorry.
You don't have to.
That was my
Really
bad.
crazy.
Okay, I was just thinking of The Little Mermaid, and I just thought it was kind of inaccurate. So I just thought I'd point that fact out, and then
It
it
is
just
kinda-
it
yeah.
just escalated. Okay.
Let's see.
I have to agree with it though.
Always do it. Hold on a second. Okay, Beauty and the Beast. Who fell first?
The Beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy did fall first.
Yeah.
Every Disney movie except for Little Mermaid, because even in Tangled, what's his name? Flynn fell first, and even in Frozen, the guy fell first.
Yeah, but okay. So if we're going back to Flynn,
Flynn's good.
Flynn's the guy I was just talking about. Oh man, she's cute.
See?
That's what Flynn is. Flynn
Okay,
is the.
but Tangled's pretty good.
Tangled's,
it's like my
Tangled's
favorite. It's
great.
like
I'm not saying anything against
And
it.
then she's like, "I'm gonna kill you with a pan." See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Tangled
Like that's a
is
real accurate.
depiction. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hannah's exes all got hit by a frying pan.
Yep.
Well, skillets. Yeah.
That's why they're no longer here.
Yep, yeah. Yeah, what would you say about Disney now that really branched you? Because if that's what started you out to become a nerd, a geek, how did it branch? Like, what would you say about that?
Well, they bought
Spread it.
Star Wars.
Yeah, but you were into Star Wars before that.
I was in Star Wars before Disney bought it. Let's see. So Disney is just a really good introductory to the fantasy world because that's probably another reason why I absolutely love fantasy. You know, mermaids, magic, love, all that. Just so much. It's all in one.
They did do Robin Hood too,
What's Robin Hood?
with the fox and the bear.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's a lot. I like Robin Hood Man Times.
Isn't Robin Hood sad?
Robin Hood?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I've always heard it's sad.
Robin Hood Man in Tights is hilarious.
Yeah, that one's hilarious.
I'm thinking of the movie.
The movie's the normal movie. I mean,
I don't.
it's always Robin Hood. He takes from the rich to give to the poor, falls in love with Maid Marian, and the stuff. I don't know.
I don't remember.
I have not seen
I don't
the
remember Robin
cartoon
Hood.
in a while. It's been a while. It's good though. It's a little musical. They're it's Disney. They're 90% musicals these days, or always have been in the past. But that's pretty much. It's a good gateway into the geek world. Like you have the fantasy, you have the magic, you have the love stories, you have the hero versus villain, all that mentality just into one thing, and then it tells you in a fun way with bright colors. As you know, so as children, we just absolutely love that, and I still love that, despite the fact that I wear mostly black. But on everything else, it looks good. So basically, I mean, it started me probably telling me, hey, collecting things that you really, really like is okay. Thus, I have 5 dragons on our couch right now, and over 20 things and dice.
She has a lot.
I have a lot of dice, but if one stops rolling back, you gotta have options. So, but it led into Star Wars, which I absolutely love, which probably did a lot of stuff for the more science fiction-y stuff, because I do enjoy the science fiction stuff. Also, then you got Lord of the Rings, and that is the more fantasy, almost kind of medieval. Still, you got the magic, the dragons, all that, and there's a little bit of a love story in there, and then you got the person that you don't expect to winning. And then there's probably also, it became an escape for me, because a lot of stuff, if I need to escape from, just normal childhood things in my life, it became hey, I can go into this world and enjoy this world and immerse myself in the world, which is probably why I absolutely love Dungeons and Dragons, because you go into this world and you can be the hero. You can be the person that takes the ring to Mordor. You can be the person that causes the ring to be made, thus making the other people need to go to Mordor. You can do what you want. You can be the villain. You can be the hero. You can be the damsel. You can do whatever you want in this game. Me, when I DM'd my first thing, literally started off from one idea I had where I decided I wanted to see what would happen if I made the players roll death saves, but not knowing it, and have them wind up in a world where it's a labyrinth and they have to get through all these challenges to get to the end to escape that world, that challenge and labyrinth that I put them in. And give them, at the end of it, I reward them with 3 wishes. So, and then I threw in the things that, normal DMs shouldn't throw in there for their first campaign, like the deck of many things. I'm so sorry, honey.
Oh, it was so much fun to play with the deck of many
that
things.
Was fun.
I played a chaotic evil character who suddenly became a lawful good.
Yep. And then I took his cards away from him.
Yeah, because I was going to keep drawing.
So, but the way I still view my first nerdy thing is I love it. I still enjoy it. I like the new live action version. It's very entertaining. But I will always have in that part of my heart for the original. I love it. It was what introduced me to the story. I will always love it. I love the new. I love the old. I love it all because it brings it into a better light. It brings it all into a more modern way of seeing it. Other than, and then you actually get to see a live person be the Little Mermaid. And then you have the drawing one, which I love watching people draw art. That's also probably the other reason I love it. Every single bubble in that frame had to be hand drawn. And that just fascinates me that people put that much thought into a movie and something that brought me into all the fantasy and the wonder and excitement of animation, which I wish for the love of God I could draw anything. But I can draw some bubbles. I can draw a circle. But, that just what brought me into this world of fantasy and everything. I still love it to this day. I waited for that movie to come out of the vault, and I bought it as soon as I could, and then apparently it never went to the vault because I still see it when we go to Walmart. And I'm like,
I think they stopped putting things in the vault.
They did? When?
I don't know, but I've never heard them bring out or mention the vault again.
The vault's been open, guys.
I don't even know what the vault is.
They used to put the older movies.
Hannah's younger than us.
Yeah. They used to take the older movies like The Little Mermaid, Snow White. Snow White is way came before The Little Mermaid.
Like the 70s or 60s.
It was the 40s or something.
Snow White? The Disney?
It's really old. I don't remember how old it is. But
maybe the 50s at most.
See, I think Snow White was one of the first ones, and Little Mermaid is actually what saved Disney, actually. So really, The Little Mermaid saving Disney opened up all these other things too, like Tangled and Beauty and the Beast and everything like that.
All hail the overlords.
And we're canceled. Found a new catchphrase, guys.
And we're canceled.
That's gonna be on a t-shirt soon. Anyway, that was like my favorite thing. I'll still put in the DVD and watch it and enjoy it. If I saw, I don't really collect the toys or anything, but if I saw like an eyeshadow palette, which apparently it's stuff that they do, I'm so excited. I'm trying to learn all this beauty stuff. But I would buy an eyeshadow palette or a shirt. I would really like it, but I wouldn't want these days, like I have my whole house, our whole house done in Star Wars. Dungeons and Dragons. We have
a lightsaber right over there.
We have a lightsaber and you can see the keyblade. Which one is that?
That is
the black one.
That's the Halloween Town.
So that's the one Jack Skellington have. So a lot of fantasy medieval stuff. I don't think I have anything in my house that is the Little Mermaid. But
we have Beauty and the Beast.
We do have Beauty and the Beast. We will tell you that story later because that's a good one for around, I don't know, or Valentine's Day or Love Story. We'll do that one day.
I don't remember what happened. We'll talk about
that later. But that's how I came to enjoy all the fantasy things and how I became a nerd and everything. So, Nick, how did you become a nerd?
I will say I've never seen her so passionate about explaining why she likes the Little Mermaid. I've never heard her explain it into that detail, but I've never I've never heard her passionately talk like that.
You've never asked.
I've never asked. I haven't. It's like, oh, she likes the Little Mermaid. That's cool.
Fish.
I never went, why? I feel like that's a common thing. Like, how many times do you actually ask why to
All the
someone
time.
for liking something? You've never asked me why.
I ask why.
No.
Sometimes she does, and then you're just like, I don't know, because I do.
Because I like it. That's why.
Yeah, that's as far as he goes.
Anyway, I'm going to let Hannah start thinking about her childhood first, not nerdy thing that got her into when she was a child. And I'm going to turn it over to Nick and make him talk about his nerdy childhood starter passion.
So I'll tell you this. Out of all three of us, I grew up vastly different than these two. These two...
We're girls.
Yeah.
Not at all. What I was going to say. These two grew up very...
I see where he's going.
I'm still getting over a cold. I apologize.
I'm going to have to edit it out.
Okay, go.
So,
Good.
these two grew up very different along the lines of what they did most of the time. You know, like Hannah's helped take care of horses. She's grew up homeschooled. Stacy helped to take care of she's driven tractors, stuff like that. She was homeschooled. While I've had horses before, I've helped with gardens before, stuff like that. My parents were not my mom. My dad was a nerd already. I grew up born and raised from a nerd. Now, my father was a very, very serious man still, which is weird. But the way he was, so my grandfather had like the Nintendo, the Super Nintendo, Atari, you name it. I remember playing these games when I was like 2, 3. I remember being in diapers still playing GoldenEye on the Nintendo. I don't know why I'm doing the Atari symbol for the Nintendo. I was playing GoldenEye with fighting my cousins, running through the music, playing when I was young. I don't think there was a time that I could significantly go, oh yeah, that's what turned me into a nerd. I will say, what was the first obsession as a nerd that I had? Because of how I was raised, I was always a nerd. My first obsession, the thing that I sat down one day, played the game, and was changed my entire life since, was the very first Kingdom Hearts game.
I was going to say that. I almost said, let me guess. I was going to say Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts.
I was like, oh.
I was thinking Kingdom Hearts. That's it right there.
Yeah.
You never said what your dad was a nerd about raising you.
He was, so my dad was along those lines. He had a lot of tech stuff, he liked to fiddle with computers and technology. But when I say he was a nerd, he was a police officer, stuff like that. So I didn't really get to see much of that nerdy side until he got into a different position where he wasn't always working. And that's when I saw he was a tech, like really into computers and fidgeting with computers. My grandfather being such a huge gaming nerd, though, up until I was 7 when he passed, it branched down from him. So I was raised by a nerd, but what that pretty much did was with my father, he was so open to buying video game consoles and systems, and my mom always was fine with it. She wanted to get us what we wanted. So that was kind of where my dad was. along the lines of being a nerd. Why me and my brother grew up being such a huge nerd was because we were just born into it. Video game consoles for my grandfather, for my dad, they were common. Not when my dad was growing up, but when sometime between my brother being born and me being born, my grandfather was really into gaming. My dad uh, got that off of him in his later years after he was out, already a man. So me and my brother growing up in that, it was easy for us to become a nerd growing up. The reason Kingdom Hearts, though, I would say Kingdom Hearts was so significant for me was because of the fact that Kingdom Hearts was this massive story about a kid stuck on, who just wants to get out and see the world, and he wants to explore and he wants to adventure with his friends and not worry about the day-to-day stuff. We It's a common trope you see. Disney does it a lot too. I think it's very common. But for them, for one, this is also Disney game. Like Disney and Sony are the collaborators on this game. But I think what stood out for me was the emotions that Kingdom Hearts brought, the story behind it. I remember the first system that I was ever given that was mine was a PlayStation 2, and with it was Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2. The feeling of playing Kingdom Hearts 2 as Roxas when I got goosebumps just talking about it, and he's sitting there on that tower, with his friends, and all of a sudden he stands up and he slips and falls backwards, and he's falling off the skyscraper, and it's just like glitching, and he wakes up in his bedroom. It's stuck with me. It's crazy where the story goes, but it was the hope behind them, that idea that there's more out there in the world and that there's more to see, there's more to do. I mean, it has driven me for most of my life through everything, the long downsides that I've gone through. Like, it was that hope of a better tomorrow.
And it's a lot of anime style, so that's probably why you do a lot of anime stuff.
Yeah, well, anime, like I was watching, with anime was something that I also was just born with. I mean, we watched Dragon Ball Z, Adult Swim. We had a Toonami. Our parents didn't monitor what we watched. What?
It's like Adult Swim when you were a child?
I was watching South Park when I was 5. My parents didn't monitor what I watched. They really didn't. I'm not a parent. I can't tell you if that's good or bad. I don't really care. That is, if your child is well taken care of, do what you feel is best for a parent.
We are not qualified to give out parental advice. We have cats.
My parents didn't monitor what I watched, so I remember there was a lot of times me and my brother shared a bedroom for a while. He's 5 years older than me. I would wake up and he'd be watching Inuyasha on Toonami, or The Prince of Tennis on Toonami. We watched Dragon Ball Z. I remember my first anime that I fell in love with, which you guys will not be able to guess it. I have not watched it around either one of you, but I have talked about it.
My Happy Wedding.
It was not My Happy Wedding. I was like 7 or 8.
I know. That's a good anime. I like
My Happy Wedding. No, My Happy Marriage is what it's called.
Oh, darn. I got the title wrong.
Yeah. My Happy Marriage.
We binge watched that.
Yeah, we did. It was pretty entertaining. Gurren Lagann. I have tried to show it to you once. It's about the kid who lives underground and a mecha falls through the earth.
It's too close to the puppy.
Do it?
Mecha.
Mecha?
Too much close to the puppy stuff.
No.
Yeah, they have metal and stuff.
So a mecha having metal on it makes you think of Full Metal Alchemist, and that's too close to the puppy. Okay. So It was Gurren Lagann. If you don't know what that, I think they remastered it or remade it. I don't really know, but it was one of the first animes I binged, not including like the big ones like Dragon Ball Z. My brother was huge into Bleach. That also was an open door, but it wasn't like Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, Bleach, One Piece. It wasn't one of the or Digimon, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, stuff like that. It wasn't one of those big ones. It was one that I found on Netflix when their streaming service started, and that's actually what set me into anime. Now, my brother's to blame for a lot of that as well, because he was in the group of friends who loved anime as well. So I think those two were really what hammered it in. I still love Digimon. Still one of my favorite shows. I love, Pokemon. I don't really watch the shows. I play the games a lot. I mean, in all honesty, it was a large combination of things that really affected my growth. And I think what makes me so different from these two is, uh, correct me if I'm wrong, I've never had anyone monitor what I've watched, even as a small child. I was watching Family Guy, American Dad.
I got banned from Digimon after a little bit.
And Pokemon.
I never watched Pokemon when I was little.
Really?
I never watched it. I don't think we had the channel for it.
If you had the channel for Digimon, you would have. I would imagine. I think so.
I got banned from Power Rangers after a little bit too.
I've never been banned for watching a TV show. Granted, I watched a lot of WWE. I did get banned from that show once, which they didn't monitor what I watched, so they couldn't have stopped it because I jumped off my coffee table and elbowed down on one of my stuffed animals. I think it was like 5 or 6. Yeah. It's pretty awesome, though. I remember that. My mom freaked out. But me and my brother used to.
Stuffed animal okay?
Yeah, it was actually. I actually have a Funko Pop of the same stuffed animal.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, it was my best friend, which is sad because it's still pretty close to the top 10. And it's a Funko Pop now, but it's up there. I have like 5 friends. Just counting. This is the part of the segment where Stacy counts on her fingers, trying to figure out where my other 3 friends come from.
I don't even know what pop you're talking about.
Do it?
I don't even know what pop you're talking about.
I'll have to show it to you later.
Yeah, I'll show you too. I don't even think I've seen that show.
It's not a TV show. It's literally just It's literally was just a stuffed animal.
I didn't have that.
Yeah.
I had the Little Mermaid. Barbie dolls. I have Barbie dolls.
I did not have Barbie dolls at all, but I only had one female in my house, and that was my mom. That was me, my brother, my dad, my mom.
If you did, I could totally see you with a Ken.
I wanted. I have a Knuff t-shirt hoodie.
Oh, no, he's gonna wear for the next episode.
Yeah, it's in my closet.
Oh, he's gonna go back to that one next.
It's in my closet.
So, does that affect you anyway these days? Well, actually, yeah, that's a dumb question. Yeah, it does. You can literally see it right over there on the wall.
Yeah. So it affects me because now I have no money. No matter how much I make, my money keeps going. I have 4 keyblades made of metal.
Yeah, and a lightsaber. And we gotta hang the other 2 up.
The lightsaber, I literally can twist and it turns on. I can just do that and it lights up. It's motion controlled. That's how it affects me. I'm broke because all my money goes to these. I have a signed Stan Lee Funko Pop behind this curtain that no one else can see unless you're watching the show on YouTube. Check out our YouTube, 3 Geeks Gaming. I did. I bought my wife the signed Funko Pop. How many Funko Pops do we have signed?
4, 8, 9.
I have 9.
Here, let me help you. 9. Don't touch his finger. This is the one that's hurt. 9.
9, 8. So we have 9 signed Funko Pops from Avatar,
We'd
The Last
have 10.
Airbender.
Yeah, we
Uh,
have 10, but we couldn't get to Sean Astin.
So we have 9 signed
We got a
Funko
picture
Pops.
with Sean Astin though.
So we have 9 signed Funko Pops.
And a picture with Sean Astin.
And a picture of Sean Astin. We have, and we're gonna have more because I'm about to meet voice actors.
More voice actors, and then
More
there'll be
voice
more
actors and
toward the
more.
end of the year and next year.
Yep. But I think those are really what signified me being a nerd. In all honesty, how it affects my daily life is,
Broke.
well, I wouldn't even say like we spend a lot of money on doing some stuff. I feel like I'm happier than most people. I feel like a lot of people are happy, but I'm. It's kind of like you have that childhood still in you, that inner child. And so when I see these things, I look at the toy section all the time. I really do, to find Funko Pops or Pokemon cards. I mean, really, you name it. I just like to look. I have less shame about being a nerd and being into all of this stuff. And I think that makes me happier because it makes it easier for me to be more true to who I am as a person versus other people who kind of just live in their cliques and like how they act, like what those people are into, they follow because they're into it, stuff like that. Like I'm used to being outcasted for it, so I don't have a fear about being outcasted for it. So being myself in the water of people who find it weird doesn't bother me no more, which makes me in the long run I feel happier. What about you, Hannah?
So we're talking about my nerd stuff now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your turn. Spill.
Well, that's a little weird. I don't think I didn't start out becoming a nerd till very later in age.
Right.
I think I was probably around 10, 11? Probably.
Yeah, probably about that.
I was a little older. I can't remember if I started playing video games first before, but really got me started. I think I did. So we had a PlayStation 2, and me and my brother would sit there and we'd play Star Wars Battlefield 2 all the time.
Love that game.
We
That's
beat
such a good game.
We beat the galaxy, I don't know how many times, and then just restart it. And then that broke, because we may have got a little violent. May, and I say me. And then we ended up getting a Wii. So then we played Lego Batman all the time. And then we played Need for Speed, because he likes racing games. I think it was Need for Speed The Run. Is that a Wii game?
I don't know.
Or Rivals. Maybe in Rivals.
We have a Wii, but we have not made it.
One of those two, I don't remember. And then we finally got a PlayStation 4, and what really started all the gaming farther on was Call of Duty Ghosts. We started playing that. And then it's kind of escalated from there. And then what really got me, I feel like, into more nerd stuff is Marvel Universe.
Yeah,
That's what really started me.
That opened up a lot of people. I think Marvel Cinematic Universe is what really branched nerd culture out to the masses.
Then Star Wars.
What makes it more normal.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think even Star Wars had kind of a
lot of people didn't like the prequels.
Yeah, the prequels weren't good.
But the people who love it now, because I just saw an interview with Ewan McGregor, he's like, but the people that come up to him now that absolutely love the film, they were children when it came out. So now they've grown up to love it. But the prequels did get a lot of stuff whenever it was little, when it first came out.
Like, even Star Wars, people weren't, like, openly, like, oh, I love it. It's my favorite movie of all time. Like, yeah, you have those nerds still. You have those geeks. But I think the Marvel Cinematic Universe really is what changed the masses to look, not including Stranger Things for D&D and stuff like that. But continue.
Yeah, I'm definitely the only nerd in the family.
That's for
Yep.
sure. Yeah.
Dad likes Marvel and stuff too, but not to my extent. So I probably started out in order. So I think I probably started with Iron Man, but it's been a long time, honestly, since I watched them.
Here's a question: is Iron Man the first Marvel movie since they did the multiverse, or is Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man the first Marvel Cinematic Universe movie?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's an argument for a
Technically, if we're
different
going
episode.
in chronological
Let's wait for the
order,
comment section.
if we're going in chronological order, I'm pretty sure Captain Marvel is first.
Captain America would be first, wouldn't he?
Yeah, Captain America. Would be the
Captain
first.
America, then Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yep. Captain America, Captain Marvel.
Although technically Thor, you know, he might be really a couple thousand years old.
No,
How
yeah.
old is Thor?
Thor's
In the
old.
thousands.
Yeah,
Thor's like one of my
So it
personal
starts with
favorites.
Thor's old, but he wouldn't be the first because he doesn't do anything for Earth until after them. Yeah.
So
Thor is one of my personal favorites. Iron Man's okay. I didn't used to like him, but the more I watched him, the more I've grown to like him.
Right.
And then we have like Doctor Strange, which is another one of my favorites. The Guardians of the Galaxy are just all around great.
They had a trilogy, and I don't think either one of any movie in that trilogy was bad. I think they're the first ones to have a trilogy in the Marvel Cinematic Universe where all three movies were solid.
yeah, Christmas special too.
That was still really good. Star Wars,
And I
take
mean,
notes.
you literally learn stuff.
Nobody knows the Star Wars.
You literally learn stuff that you didn't know by watching that Christmas special.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, and then we got all these little series that are good, that tie in that you have to watch. And then I started Star Wars. That got me in. But even though when I started all this, I really didn't start collecting any of my stuff till probably 5-6 years ago.
I would say yeah.
Probably.
So in 5-6 year time frame, I've got 261 or 60 pops, an arcade machine, 3 lightsabers,
A couple helmets.
7, I think.
You have 7 helmets?
Just 7
Yeah, hold
helmets.
on, let me think. I have Darth Vader,
You don't count. You don't know.
the
My bad, my
Mandalorian,
bad.
Spider-Man, War Machine, a New Hope's helmet. It's like the green thing. I don't know who has it, but
No, that'd be like,
Spider-Man. Did I say Spider-Man?
Yeah,
No.
you said Spider-Man.
Okay.
you did?
Yeah, right before.
A Stormtrooper.
Stop counting. You don't know.
You don't know what she
Poe.
said.
So yeah, I think that's all I have. So I have 7
7.
helmets.
You mean 9?
Yeah, 9.
9.
9.
9.
No.
No.
9 is no.
Captain America's shield. Have Captain America's shield.
You got Captain America shield. You got meow meow.
Yep.
You got my
And
favorite.
Stormbreaker.
You got my favorite one, the arrow.
Yes, I do. I have Yondu's arrow. I also have Iron Man's gauntlet with the Infinity Stones.
These aren't when she's talking about this stuff. She's not talking about plastic toys. These are like authentic collector pieces. Like the gauntlet you put your hand in. I mean, it's not plastic. It's nice. Well, the gauntlet might be plastic.
I think the gauntlet
Yeah.
is. It's just
heavy duty plastic.
Yeah.
Like this.
But you can bend your fingers, you can snap, you can take the stones out, and they make the noises like
Yondu's arrow is metal.
metal.
Yeah.
Yes,
It
and
is metal.
with their badges and
Yeah.
then the walkie-talkie things on their shirt. And then I have the Spider-Man wristband
Yeah.
in the new one, No Way Home. And then I have the Wakanda bracelets.
Yeah.
I have a few popcorn tins. I think I have five popcorn tins. Had to think there for a minute.
I can help you count.
Yeah. I have 3 TVs in my bedroom. You gotta go overboard.
Yep.
Yes.
Do you watch 3 different movies at the same time?
No, but I do
All
run.
3 Star Wars trilogies
Yes.
at once.
I do sometimes run all 3 of my gaming consoles at one time.
How do you do? What do you do on all 3 of them?
Let them update, run, watch TV on one, play a game on the other, you know.
Listen to music on the 3rd one.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I have a PS4, PS5, an Xbox Series S, a Nintendo Switch, and I do have a PC, but it needs a little fixing at this
It's a
point.
tree log.
Yeah.
I've worked on it. It's awful. Sorry, Hannah.
Hey.
I've worked on it though. It
You're
sucks.
working on it. Get them a new one soon.
Yeah. So it was a little later for me to start in this, and I didn't really start anime until I started hanging out with Nick and Stacey. And I think the first anime you guys showed me was My Hero Academia.
My Hero Academia.
Mhm.
One of my
that
favorite, one of my
Stop
favorite newer ones that have come out in the past. Like 8-9 years now. I was in high school when that came out. I was like senior year when season 1 came out.
I'm more of movie trilogies, so like Pirates of the Caribbean, they have more than one. John Wick's, there's more than one. Even like a series, like I like series with like multiple seasons. Like Grey's Anatomy has 20. They're coming out with their 20th season, and I've watched it like 5 or 6 times. You know, I like longer series than just like one season series. It just gets on my nerves. I don't even start it.
So I will say with as you get into anime, there's a lot of 1 season anime.
Yeah, but I feel like they have really long seasons.
It kind of depends. Some of them are short, but a lot of times it's just like one giant movie.
I can do that, but like I don't like it when I lift on a cliffhanger and they never pick up the season. Like if I'm gonna sit down and watch something, I binge watch. I let my seasons build up and then I start watching because I don't like cliffhangers. So I just sit for hours and watch TV and get it finished in like 2 days. That's all I need.
Oh man.
Me and one of my friends raced through The Arrow. It has 8 seasons.
I think so. Yeah, I think
20 to, what do you say, 25 episodes per season?
Would it? I thought it'd be.
Sorry.
Yeah, like I think it's like 20 to 20. I think the cap's like 22, 23 per season. Except for some of the newer ones may have slacked off to like 10 or whatever. But I don't think they did. I gave her a week head start. And I beat her like 2 weeks in advance. And they're 45 minutes per episode.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever finished Arrow.
So good. Such a
No,
good series.
I don't think you did.
Why have you not finished it?
I got distracted by Supernatural.
You didn't finish. Oh no! Did you finish that one? You didn't finish Supernatural.
So
did.
Stacy starts all these and she's like, I'm not going to finish them.
Yeah, I do.
I will admit, I do have a few series that I've started that I have not finished, and I think that's just because I literally binged it so fast, and it's the same thing over and over and over. I just get tired of it, so I need a break. When there's like past 5 seasons, you know, because I started watching Suits, and I'm on season 6, and it took me like a week to get there, but I haven't finished it because it's like the same thing, and I just need a break.
I do that a lot with anime. I watch one season, wait for the next one, completely forget to go back to it.
I can't watch anime tired or I fall asleep.
Really?
Yeah, just because I haven't initially got into it yet. So if I start it when I'm tired, I just end up falling asleep.
Yeah, I think even, I'll be honest, even showing, talking about what got us to be nerds are all vastly different. I mean, we really are. So.
But we still all like the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But.
I only have one sign popped.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Colossus.
Yeah.
for the Deadpool movies, Colossus.
Yes. And then I do have a selfie with him and Red Skull.
Yep.
I gave them both friendship bracelets.
And Uncle Iroh.
Yeah, we have a picture with Uncle Iroh too, the voice actor, the
I gave them
new
a
one.
friendship bracelet too.
Oh, not the newer voice actor who took over in the cartoon. But
Red Skull blew me a kiss.
yeah, Red Skull, I'm watching you. I remember this.
Bestie, friend.
So
I gave him a friendship bracelet.
I think this really covers what makes us nerds and where we come from. If you guys are watching on YouTube or anything, we would love to hear your comments. What got you into nerd culture? What really made you fall in love with the concept of nerd culture, geek culture? Well, guys, we're so happy you could join us for another episode of 30 Geeks Chatting. We hope you guys have a beautiful morning, night, day, evening, whatever time it is for you while you're listening or watching this. We hope you guys keep being awesome. You guys got anything else you want to add?
No.
See you guys in the next episode. Bye!